Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your Star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my weekly What I Have Been Warming, but before I get into the wax, if you watched my weekly What I've Been Warming last week, I said that I would appreciate your prayers and your thoughts, and I will be able to tell you now, because the mission is almost complete, what has been going on. If you follow my husband and I on Facebook, I think you probably already know what I'm going to say, and I will be posting a few pictures from this special mission trip that my husband was a part of on my Instagram account if you would like to know a little bit about it. But my husband and another wonderful gentleman from our church had the amazing opportunity to go and spend over a week in the country of Kenya, visiting some churches and having fantastic opportunities to just spread the gospel and to share the practical side of the love of Christ. There are Bibles that were given. There are all sorts of things that went on. The little children all got candy. I mean, the videos that are on our Facebook pages are just so precious, and it is just fantastic to see what kindness and compassion in Christ can do. So that is what I was hinting at last week, but there's just a heart full to overflowing for me today, and I wanted to share that with you. So thank you, those of you that left me comments and were thinking and praying about me and my family, my children, and of course one of my dogs decided to get mortally ill last week, and he was throwing up blood, and we had to rush him to the vet, and that's the sort of thing that happens when your hubby goes on the mission field. But that is just what personally has been going on, and it has been a tremendous blessing to feel the love and the support from all of you. So let's get into the wax that I have been warming, and I've had a wonderful time. I didn't have to think about all of Gregory's opinions, not that he's ever bad, but I got to melt whatever I wanted and stay up as late as I wanted and go to bed as early as I needed to, because with two big dogs that want to be up all the time, it's exhausting. Anyway, the very first thing that I want to share with you is the new scent of the month for February. That is going to be Shamrock Splash. I did a really short video because I did not get the actual warmer to go with it for my scent and warmer of the month traditional video, but this scent, I wasn't sure on cold if I would like it. It is really, really nice, guys. It has much better throw than I thought that it would just in the clamshell. It's a really beautiful, sweet blend of fresh, floral, and fruity, and that is really hard to come by. I believe it's got tangerine and strawberry, and then it's the jasmine that probably seals it for me because I like anything with jasmine. And it lasted in my room. I put a couple of cubes in my twine to unwind warmer, and then one cube in one of my little minis in the same space, and it went all the way down the hallway, and it was just a really, really good, not too sharp. It's definitely not your traditional St. Patty's Day or early spring greens kind of a smell. It's more mellow, and I actually like it a lot better. So I think that this is fantastic, and it's much more exciting than you would think. So I would say try this out. Good, medium, medium strong, and long lasting for the type of scent that it is. So another thing that I was doing this week, because it's in my basket here, but I don't remember what day, I think was a whole clam of sweet orange pomander. This is just great when it's snowy and cold. You guys know I love this bar, and I have it in bricks. And then again, if you guys are Instagram followers, I was sort of telling on myself, I was posting, because when your husband's gone, you can sort more, because there's a lot more freedom to just do whatever you want, whenever you want, because we also run a carpet cleaning business, and so I'm kind of on vacation, sort of, kind of. So I spread all the wax that I've got out all over the place and tried to catalog things, and I did a couple of little reels on Instagram. And I have a couple of bricks, like one's just a half of this amazing scent also. And this is one where I would be kind of sad when I polish off my bricks, because I only have this in my quarterly, and I melt a lot of it a year compared to some of my other things. So I'm really glad that I've got it at all, though. It's so nice. So it's a really deep, spicy orange and traditional spices scent, and it is just something that I'm always delighted in because I love spice. Another thing that I was doing, which was super fun, was a combination of alternate warmers, or you could mix these. The beautiful maraschino sugar cookie, which we just had a flash sale last week. And obviously, if you saw my Instagram post, I need more wax, like I need a hole in the head. But I have come to really like maraschino sugar cookie. And when it was available, I wasn't so in love with it. It needed to cure a long time so that the cherry would go down and the vanilla shortbread cookie would go up, and now it's so nice that I did get one more brick in the flash sale. And that balanced very well alternate warmers with King Cake, which is one of our currently available bakery bars. It's in the Mardi Gras collection. And this is just as assertive as your super maraschino and sugar cookie scent here. This is more cake and butter and almost like a really rich muffin cookie kind of a deal. It's not cake like fluffy birthday cake. It's heavy and dense, almost more like a pound cake or something of that nature. Really, really delightful. Those two together, yummy. And I will want to do more of that in February because that'll be a really nice middle of the winter cozy scent when I want to do all the sweet things, because it's almost the end of January. Can you believe it? And I'm thinking ahead to a melting basket and kind of my melting scheme in February. And I really kind of save, if I have a sweet tooth when it comes to wax melting, for the February time where I do the candy scents. And I actually like pistachios in February, which is kind of weird, but I've got some things saved up for that. And that king cake's probably going to make another reappearance, and so will the maraschino. So another day, I had just done my club video from my January club, and Vitamin R Relax is in there, and it is not coming out. And as I was doing my cataloging of my wax stash, I don't have backup bars of this. Whenever I get it, I just melt right through it. It's so good. So this is like a vanilla, amber, and sandalwood kind of a smell. And oh no, it's bergamot. I'm sorry. It's bergamot, vanilla, and amber. And it is gorgeous. So I just did this, I think the same day or the day after I had filmed my club. And it just makes the house this somewhat sharp, fresh, sweet, clean scent that's kind of woody and very cuddly. It's very, very good. And then I have been going back and forth and telling you, no, I don't like this bar. It's one of those current BBMBs that's giving me a headache trying to figure out if I want to keep it. But toasted caramel sugar, oddly enough, there is some sort of a vanilla note that's in Vitamin R that I was sniffing the two of them together. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try one of these toasted caramel sugar bars and alternate warmers with the Vitamin R, and it did better. Maybe it just needs the right scents to offset it. So I clubbed this, at least temporarily, to keep trying it, because it is such a beautiful smell. And the more comments that I'm reading from different people just across different platforms here on the internet, I'm finding that a lot of you are getting pretty good performance. So I would hate to miss out on such a gorgeous bar just because my first couple melts aren't that great, and it'll be better later. So there's that. Then another thing that happened this week, this was just such an eventful, wonderful week, is a very sweet friend that I have met through my friend Robin and also just on Instagram. She sent me the most beautiful box of wax and certain samples of things, specifically teddy bees, that she could see I was curious about because I'm very new to teddy bees, and she gave me all these wonderful samples. My favorite so far has been the Pacific Northwest Winter. Oh my goodness, is that good. And then the Tiff's Twisted Toasted Marshmallow Cookies, I think that was excellent. But she sent me a whole souffle of this problem child right here. The brown butter and praline. If you follow teddy bees, this is sort of one of those really weird scents that's very debatable whether it is good or bad, how it smells on cold, how it smells on warm. I have to say I liked this, but the thing that is so odd about it that other people have said is that the description is a blend of praline candy, vanilla cream, toasted pecans, melted butter, and the slightest warmth of cinnamon in the background. Most of us just get something that's more like spiced pear, and that is kind of what I got, even way into the warm. It got creamier and more bakery rich as I warmed it up, but it never lost that kind of almost green pear note. I like it. I will enjoy finishing this up, but it's a weird scent. So I have to agree with most people that say that this is kind of odd. It's kind of odd, but it's good odd. But the things that were in that box, because I don't know a lot about vendor wax, she gave me all sorts of little goodies from different places, and it was such a delight. So you know who you are, and I appreciate you very much, my friend. Okay, another day, I thought, you know what, I'm really going to go for the mint here because we have both cinnamon and the creme de menthe that are available in January. One's Mardi Gras, one's BB&B. And I'm trying to find that perfect mint bar for me because I just don't have one. Cinnamon, I actually really like, and I've gotten a few of it, but I'm not going to club it because as I'm melting it, it is good, but then it gets to be a lot, so it will be something that I will occasionally crave, but it's not club worthy for me. But it's probably the best cinnamon and mint mix I've ever smelled. It's so much better to me than Peppermint Rush, and it's very pleasant. It's good and strong. So if you love Peppermint Rush and you also love cinnamon, you might want to club that. It's good. And then the other one that I've gotten multiple bars of in hauls over the month is creme de menthe, which is from the Mardi Gras collection. This is a mint I can get behind, but it does have a little bit of kind of a funky, musty sour note sometimes. So again, I'm not going to club it. But those first couple hours, it's sweet and it's sugary and it's creamy and it's minty and it's lovely. So this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, scent profile mint thing that Scentsy's made. So happy with that too. Another day I woke up and I just wanted birthday cake. And thankfully I had for a while clubbed Happy Birthday. I pulled it out because as I just continue to shuffle my clubs around and I'm looking at the stacks of wax that I am creating for myself, I have to cut down. And then of course there will be fall, winter, really important catalog bars that I'm going to shove back in my club. But on things that there's a difference between good and excellent and phenomenal. I really need to make my club something where it's the excellent and phenomenal. This is so special that I just can't bear to be without it kind of bars rather than just things that I like. And Happy Birthday kind of teeters right on the middle of that. It is a fabulous bar. We just got it back last year. I had missed it in the past, but I'm not going to melt it often enough, and that's why I kicked it out of my club. But oh my goodness, you guys. Fluffy, vanilla, whipped cream, funfetti cake out of the box. That is what this is, and I had it in for a whole day, and it was absolutely scrumptious. And then, I don't know why I thought this would make a good pairing. It did, but it was a little weird. In some mini warmers, I threw in some Starburst Sky, because I'm starting to think, like I said, about February. This was one of the Valentine's bars last year. Now, for some people, all they got was cigarette smoke out of this bar. It has this sort of smoky, weird quality that can turn nasty, I think, to some noses. For me, it's fine. And there was something about almost like the burnt, sultry sugar in here that I thought went really well with the Happy Birthday. So that's what I was melting together, and it was good. Another day, I was only melting 1 scent, and you guys know that's very unusual for me. I did almost the whole house in Disney's Make-A-Wish, and this is so good, you guys. But again, I knew I didn't want to club this because I have Cocoa Lime in my club, and my husband loves Squeeze the Day, and at least for now, we can still get that both in the catalog and as a huge brick. So this one, when I was doing my wax stash inventory, I've got a bunch of it, and I melted through like a bar and a half. It is medium strength. Squeeze the Day and Cocoa Lime I think are both a little stronger, maybe longer lasting, but that is an exceptional bar, and my huge stack should keep me for a while. So then another thing that I was doing, and I just had one of those bakery craving days. I wanted butter pecan so much. I just woke up and I thought, I need nuts and butter and toastiness and roastiness. This is such a good bar, you guys. It is one of my favorite things that's in my bi-monthly club, never coming out. One of the triumvirate of perfect bakery bars, apple butter frosting, almond croissant, and this one that just makes me super happy. And I also was craving the beautiful churro on the same day, and those two are both gentle enough. Butter pecan is a little more assertive that you can do them together without churro just disappearing. So this is more greasy cinnamon sugar pastry with beautiful vanilla, and it is a classic. We got that back last summer for Bring Back My Bar. None of those are going anywhere in my club. So then today, I thought I need to get away from the sweet in the bakery a little bit. So I grabbed Quiver, which I think this is my last bar of now that I've sorted. This was Bring Back My Bar, I think, a year ago. It's really good. And if I could keep, 500 different bars in my club, I would keep this because it's got musk and vanilla and tuberose, and to some people it smells kind of like an old woman. To me, it's just really sultry and heavy, and it's good when the weather is cold. So there's that. And I paired that with a little bit of vanilla barnwood. Now this is one of those bars where I have debated so much. Do I keep it in my club or not? So right about the time it was going to go away at the end of December, I threw this and caramel praline cake into my quarterly for further deliberation. So I think that the caramel praline cake may stay because as it continues to cure, it gets really strong. And vanilla barnwood is so unique that, again, it will probably stay there. So this, to some people, smells a little bit Fruit Loopy, but it's a creamy vanilla with amber, and it definitely seems like there's some lemon. A lot of people are puzzled by the weird notes in this, and I don't know that they all like it, but I do. And between the two, I think, being a bakery person, the caramel praline cake may edge this out eventually, but I'm going to hold on to it for now for sure. So then, what was I doing in other spaces? I cleaned my back room, got that Christmas tree down. I cleaned the basement, got that whole Christmas tree experience and all the red and all the jolliness down, and kind of made it a nice soothing, wintry, green and sparkly thing down there. In the back, it's just really back to basics. I got kind of tired of decorating. So what did I want in those spaces as I was trying to freshen things up? Honestly, I had 4 cubes left for the Florida room. I did the brown butter and pralines in the whole house, trying to experiment with that. So that was out there for a couple days. But rum raisin cookie, the last 4 cubes in my entire collection, because I did pull this from my club last year. This is one of those bars where, again, kind of like Quiver, I really like it, but I've already kicked it out because I don't love it. But wow, was it good in my Florida room. It went for 3 days and had different notes each day. So the first day you got the rum and you got a lot of raisins. The second day you got more of a cookie note, and the third day it was just like a golden brown and delicious, more vague bakery. So in a perfect world, I'd still have it because its performance is phenomenal. But sometimes it would get a little sharp for me, and that is why I took it out of my club. Didn't have that problem in the back room, though, this last melt. So then another thing that I did after I cleaned up the whole basement, I went through some of my stash and thought, and that was before I sorted it all, thought, I just want something wintry special. So I grabbed Polar Bear Hug. And I had just gotten some of this in my my club haul, even though it's a catalog bar that you can still get, because I didn't realize that we were going to have flash sale and all these other things that I ordered after I did my club shipment. Polar Bear Hug is such a classic, you guys. It's not really Christmassy, but it is so good for winter. So I know that it's got blackberry jam and like caramelized sugar, I think. I mean, I have to look at the notes on this. And just this beautiful, unusual, layered wintry scent that is unique to Scentsy. I have not smelled this from anyone else. It's really good. So then a couple things besides the Shamrock Splash that I was doing in my bedroom. I think I did the brown butter and pralines in there. I'm doing Tiff's Twisted Toasted Caramel caramel sugar cookies. I don't even know because they don't have a tub of it. It's a Teddy Bees scent and it's like a tongue twister, but it was the most wonderful sugar cookie and gooey caramel and vanilla sort of a smell this morning, but it didn't last a real long time. The toasted marshmallow in that though was phenomenal. So I enjoyed that. And I can't get a tub of it anyway because of the way that those pre-orders and orders with the RTSs are structured. You can only get that within the period of time that she's pouring and then offering something. But anyway, I digress. So the other thing that I was doing in my bedroom was La Nacera, which is one of the current Bring Back My Bars. This is really pretty. If you're a fan of Sweet Amber and Freesia, you will like this. This has a little bit more staying power because it's got a unique, very subtle note of patchouli, like you can barely tell it's in here. And then honeysuckle and other just sweet, gentle things. It is gorgeous. Very, very comforting. And I know I was doing some plum and white woods in there too, but I don't know where the clam went. That was really good. And some fuzzy blanket, which is another one of the ones that was in the crosshairs of do I pull it yet or not. I don't think I have enough of a stack to justify pulling this. If I slow down over the summer, it's in my bi-monthly right now, I may take it out. But this is the most pleasant, lovely, fluffy, cuddly scent with sandalwood and I think honeysuckle. And it's a dryer sheet smell, but it's not harsh. It's so lovely. So I enjoyed that very, very much. So that is everything that I have been warming. And as I said at the beginning, I thank you for your prayers and your support. And it is just amazing, the stories that my husband is bringing back to me. He's not home yet, but he'll be here pretty soon. And the funny stories too. Like one of the ones, my husband's not much of an adventurer when it comes to animals. He grew up in the city of Detroit and really isn't farmer type. The pastor that he went with, he's farmed pigs and done other things, and he grows plants, and he's much more in connection with creation. So he's teasing my husband before my husband's going to go up and speak for one of the services where they were actually doing a wedding, that there was some sort of a lizard crawling up onto the podium and it was waiting for Gregory. So that was one of my favorites. I'm sure that I'll have more to share with you over time. And as I said, I will put a few pictures on Instagram over the next few days. So if you're not used to that and all you see is normally my home and things and, randomly why are these pictures on there? It's because I just cannot help but share some of the amazing moments that were captured when my husband was on a fantastic mission trip. So have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.